This happened yesterday, and I'm still confused. Yesterday was my first day back at work after being off for 2 weeks. This is kind of important. One of my coworkers, Claire, had gotten engaged the week before I left. When she announced it at work, we all did the typical congratulations and happy for you type of things. I thought it was over. So when I left for vacation, as far as I knew, no plans had been made. Then yesterday, when I returned to work, my boss Kelly and best friend Lisa said that Claire was looking for me. I asked what was up, and they weren't sure, but she was carrying a little gift bag. A few minutes later, Claire found me and asked how my vacation was. I was telling her about it, and she cut me off and said she had a very important question to ask. She handed me a little gift bag and asked if I would be her best man of honor for her wedding. I thanked her and told her that typically, this role would traditionally go to a close female friend or relative. She responded that there was nothing traditional about her wedding, so it was fine. I looked over at Lisa and Kelly, who were both trying not to laugh. I thanked her again, congratulated her, and told her that I wasn't interested in being part of her wedding party and would be happier being a guest in the audience. I swear, when I said this, we watched her entire demeanor change, and it was like a switch flipped. She went off, saying that I had to be in her wedding and that she didn't understand why I would say no. I told her that we'd only known each other a short time and that I had no interest in planning parties, dinners, or shopping trips. She told me I needed to think about it and said she would check back with me later. I told her to go for it, but my answer would be the same. She walked away, and I looked at Kelly and Lisa and asked, what in the ever-loving, fresh, creepy hell was that? Kelly started to laugh and said she didn't know, but that saying no like I did might have saved me a lot of headaches in the future. Lisa commented that Claire went straight to bridezilla mode and that this was a glimpse into what she was going to be like. Claire came back today, but she tried a different approach and handed me a list of what she wanted me to do in her vision of how she saw things. I asked her why she was giving me this, and she said that as her man of honor, these were my responsibilities. I told her again that I was not going to do any of this. She started up again, saying that she needed me to do this and how much fun it was going to be. Then she asked, haven't you ever wanted to be part of something special? I told her I already was. I'm a nurse. Enter Kelly, who sensed I needed help, and told Claire one of her patients needed her. I told Kelly that if this kept up, I might really need her help. She said she was already watching it and would step in if needed. What did I miss? We aren't that close. She just transferred to my unit from a different one 6 months ago. I had no idea who she was until then. Lisa is saying that she's close in age to me and might feel that alone is enough of a connection. Did I miss something? When we're asked, are we supposed to automatically gush and jump up and down in excitement? Why is saying no a bad thing? Update 1 day later. Hey everyone, first, I apologize. I never thought this was going to blow up as much as it did. I want all of you to know I read all of your responses and responded to as many as I could. Thank you all for your amazing insights and comments, many of which made me laugh, something I really needed. I've been sick, and it helped cheer me up. I had to meet with my lawyer today regarding family issues. My neighbor / best friend / coworker Lisa took me since I felt awful, and driving wasn't a good idea. We were talking about this on the way and we're both asking a lot of the same questions many of you are asking. The biggest one was about the circumstances of Claire's transfer. She went from med-surg 4 watts to the ER, which is a huge change. I have to work tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. But Lisa and I are going to ask Kelly about the transfer and bring up a couple of other concerns. After I got home from the meeting with my lawyer, I slept for the rest of the day. Many of you asked if Claire and I hang out outside of work. The answer is no. I really don't know anything about her. I've helped her a few times with patients and other work-related things, but our relationship is 100% work-related. That's why I was so surprised when she asked me to do this. I was shocked that she asked me to be her man of honor. I have a very small friend circle, and honestly, I like to keep it that way. I really have no interest in being part of this. I'm not a wedding person. After reading so many bridezilla stories and hearing about over-the-top weddings, they've become a huge turnoff for me. Spending tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of dollars with insane, unrealistic demands that turn people against each other, why? I'd rather use that money and time planning my next trip or vacation. Many people suggested that I was being used as a token or prop in her wedding or as the gay best friend. I never really thought about it that way. I admit that I'm out and proud, but I'm not going to pretend to be someone's friend just so they can fulfill some kind of fetish they have for wanting a gay best friend or some status symbol they feel the need to satisfy. It takes a lot to offend me, but if that's actually the case, then I would really be offended. I wasn't put on this earth to be someone's plaything. A lot of people speculated that maybe she doesn't have a boyfriend. She does. She's brought him in before. If she has any insecurities, I don't understand them. She's attractive, smart, and knows her stuff, so I'm at a loss as to why she's acting like this. Many people suggested going to HR. I'm starting that process with my boss Kelly. She's fully aware of the situation since she was with us when all this happened. She told me she's keeping an eye on things and will step in if I need her to. I trust her completely. While Kelly and HR can manage the situation within the hospital, they can't control it on a personal level if Claire were to, say, follow me home or something like that. So I think that covers it all. I wish I could say this is over, but most likely, there's more to come. Second update 2 days later. This intro is going to be long, But I'm telling you this for a reason, and later in this update, it will make sense. I'm hoping this will be the end of this whole situation. I was born into a family where I was referred to as an issue that needed to be dealt with. I lived in the shadow of my sister, who was the child my parents wanted. They only wanted one child, a girl, so dad would have his daddy's girl and mom her little princess. Then I came along. Keep in mind that I'm 23, so back then my parents had options but chose not to use them. Instead, my parents raised my sister, and I was raised by a nanny, who, even to this day, is one of the biggest influences in my life, and I am so grateful for her. She helped me through so much. I've realized, all these years later, that by being referred to as an issue that needed to be dealt with, my parents deprived me of my humanity, individuality, and self-worth. I think that's why I've worked so hard to establish myself in my career and life, as a way to reclaim my identity and not just be that issue that needed dealing with. This past Thursday, things came to a head with the bridezilla known as Claire, and the truth came out. My best friend Lisa has been sticking close to me when we worked together in case Claire started something. We weren't sure if she'd drop it or start up again. I was really hoping it was done. But she had to try once again. I've been sick, and I had a busy morning, so I just wanted a few minutes to go to the bathroom, grab a quick snack, and maybe breathe. Claire came up with her list and asked if I had a few minutes to talk about the wedding planning. I looked at her and told her again that I was not interested in being part of her wedding, I was not going to help in any way, and that she needed to drop the subject and leave me alone. Once again, she went on about how I was going to do this and how much fun it would be. So I asked, why in the ever-loving, fresh, creepy hell is it so important for me to be your man of honor? I'm not interested, and I'm not doing it. And, as many of you predicted, she was indeed planning on using me as a token or a plaything. She threw together all the messed up gay stereotypes that exist in society into one sentence. What modern liberal woman isn't going to have a gay bestie on her arm for special events? I felt everything in my stomach churn, and a wave of nausea hit me. I couldn't get to the bathroom fast enough. Lisa was beyond angry. She's really like the overprotective sister I wish I'd had, and immediately took Claire to see our boss, Kelly, to lay it all out, everything that was said. I wasn't in on that conversation, but Lisa and Kelly filled me in afterward. Kelly came to check on me, and I was still hiding in the bathroom. She knocked on the door and asked if she could come in. I asked her for a bottle of water first. While I was waiting, I realized two things. First, I realized why I'd chosen not to hang out with Claire and why I didn't like her. I couldn't put my finger on it before, I just knew there was something that gave me the heebie-jeebies. But now I realized that I didn't like her because she reminded me of my sister. While Claire is educated and employed, she doesn't care about other people or their feelings. She's like my sister in that if she wants something badly enough, she'll figure out how to get it. The second thing I realized was that she did to me exactly what my parents did. She completely dehumanized me, reducing me to an object or token for her purposes. I was just a plaything to her. What really gets me is that, just like my sister, Claire doesn't think she did anything wrong and believes I'm being too sensitive or a delicate snowflake. The next day, an emergency meeting was held at work, and Claire was suspended pending investigation. They're also considering a transfer for her. Kelly has requested that she be terminated, but the director of emergency nursing said that would be a last resort. She's looking into options, which could include transferring Claire to a different hospital or facility. This didn't sit well with me. I asked what would happen if she did the same thing to someone else. She didn't really give me an answer but said she still needs to look into a few things, so for now, Claire is suspended. Anyway, that's where things stand. I'm still pretty sick and had to work this weekend. I'll try to respond if I can. Thank you all for the amazing support. I'm going back to my lawyer to see if he can arrange for a cease and desist letter to make sure she doesn't contact me. Heading to bed now. Have a good night. Edit. I keep forgetting to thank my boyfriend. He has been with me through all of this, mostly in the background. At first, we were laughing about it, but when everything went down on Thursday, he was there for me. Lisa was able to get him away from his unit for a bit so I could have that reassuring it will be okay boyfriend hug. He stayed with me a couple of nights, helping me through being sick as well. So yeah, I'm very lucky to have such great support.